So for this lesson, we looked at the phrase "medium is the message," coined by McLuhan, and how medium influences the message that is trying to be put across. Um, One of the concepts that I sort of latched onto was something that was brought up by one of the global villagers, Rita Leisner, where she asked, what is the medium actually doing to the message? And that was interesting to me. I know earlier in the first video it brought up the Arab Spring, and that's something that's really interesting to me. So I'm going to try to find the article and I'll post the link if I find it. But I recently read an article that mentioned the Arab Spring and sort of social activism as a whole. Um, and it asked the question, although it is easier for everyone to be involved in some sort of activism, even on a massive global scale, um, is it okay the way that we're going about it? I think the phrase that, or the term that was coined, was slacktivism. Based on the idea of being able to log on to Facebook or Twitter or any other social media site, and post something in support of a cause. Maybe it's the Arab Spring. Another really interesting one is the Invisible Children with the Joseph Kony thing. I think that was in 2012. That's really interesting to look at the differences between the activism that came about because of that movement versus the Arab Spring, where one was not really successful at all and one was extremely successful. Yes, I think the question that I want to bring up, I don't really have an answer. I don't think there is a good answer, but I think it's a good discussion point. Um, is the type of social activism that we see on social media today okay? Is it mostly positive? Is it mostly negative? Or is it neither? Is a good mix? And is our current social media platforms uh, the best way to join in these causes? Before social media, it was you could participate in global events and global activism on a certain level. You could do a number of things, but it's readily accessible now. I mean, it's really easy to see a video or read an article about something that's going on in Japan or Indonesia or Sub-Saharan Africa and post about it, share that, and say, I'm in support of this. Some people think that's fantastic because of how easy it is to show your support, but a lot of people also believe that sort of the the laziness of it isn't okay, and that it needs to change. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what everybody thinks about that, and thinks about the idea of slacktivism.